Arthur out here making his moves, doing some things, scheming things that we don't want him to do, and I'm kind of nervous that he's got some plans here. It seems like the plan is still probably to separate Kudo here, isolate him or isolate Mio, depending on the way you want to look at it, I guess. And really force whatever his plan is here into action. It also appears he has some sort of family ties possibly to her, whether he is related himself to Mio, like specifically through blood, or if it's more of like he had some sort of connection with her mom or somebody on her side of the family somehow, or I don't know. He seems to be related in some sort of way. So I guess hopefully we can figure that out too. Hopefully he doesn't take any like too drastic measures. Like hopefully they don't just pull up on her in the street again like they did before and throw her into a car, but who knows? If they do, can they at least like just come to our house and be like, "Hey, we got some questions," or like, I don't know. He left a tempting offer for her as well, but I really don't think that she like really considers it much. But it is tempting for her, I guess. So I don't know. I feel like and subscribe to me a lot to me. Feel free to stick around for the discussion. Leave any comments with this episode or series. Let's get going then with episode 10. Oh, I forgot we were going to his place at the end. After we had the fight, I completely forgot like everything that happened last week. Can you walk on your own? Never mind, we're carrying her. No. I will not release you. He's not mad at you, Mio. But whatever his reasons are, I don't know. Oh, that's the tree. The tree of truth. They use magic to make trees work. Yeah, you have, haven't you? Welcome home. So he's definitely family related. He's got the blood, bro, for sure. Why else? Yep. I'm your brother. The cousin would make more sense. I don't know how I said brother. I got an idea. Yeah. And the awakening. Of course. Everyone in the family does. We have heard. It takes time. Oh, that's why we need you. Does he not have it? Like, why do we need her so bad? Hello, Grandpa. She was in such a shitty family before, and then finds one that she kind of likes, and then now she has another one entirely that she's not aware of. Huh. God damn. I'll start to get weakened again. Nope. We won't tell you, though. Release her. But we became aware of it, so now we're asking. I mean, that makes enough sense. God damn. Or so they claim. Or so they claim. Just keep her here. Can he come? Yeah, but could we move in? He is family. Right. No. They're connected now. Yeah, it's fucked up, but it makes sense why they're doing it. But I'm with you. You don't want her unless she has this ability. We're patifying sound. Okay, but he was at work. I can tell you she's happier now than she was 2 months ago. A good old-fashioned duel. I don't think anybody did, but he'll probably accept. Yeah. Archa's definitely, like, very powerful, though, and we're not aware of it. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Be diffy, bro. Just evading all the... Oh, no. Because we're using fucking... Oh, my God. Bro, getting shot out. I thought I was gonna say I was aiming for your fucking head. See, Arthur's mistake is he's focusing too much on, like, where to hit him. He should just shoot as many bullets as he can. Just in front of him. Because we have other things that are way more powerful. Not you. Yeah. They're for fucking killing people like you, buddy. How does Mio's work in battle then? I guess it's not like an active duel type thing. Oh, he's creating all his clones. I always love when people make clones. I'm a bit disappointed it doesn't sound like 8 people talking at once, you know? Okay. Create all you want, I'll fuck. Holy shit. Electricity gotta be like one of the coolest abilities you can have, dude. In like anything. They come together to shield the blast. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Can you see the real one? Is there even a real one? Don't hurt my cousin. Do you have a death wish, Mio, huh? You're gonna light the forest on fire. Holy fuck. Dude. Oh my god. What the fuck? You can do it with other people? Uh, things I didn't expect. Just need you to say that you lost. Oh. What the fuck? Well, this changes things. What the fuck? You think we got time to worry about this? Dude just lost it all. I wonder his response. Is he gonna be like emotionally broken here over this? Man of his word, he lost the duel. I don't give a fuck about your duel. She's important, you get it. She does. Yeah. I love Hazuki. He's not even gonna answer this call. He can't go help them. There's bigger things for him to worry about. That's not part of the plan. I can't value my own things over everybody. That's also a good way to look at it. Mio would be pissed if she later on you went to save her and everybody else died. Hello, Prince. This guy's fucking orange. I think there's problems. He's a believer in love. You're weird, bro. You're so weird. What is your duty, though, is my fucking question. Is it just to protect the bloodline? Like, I don't know what he's doing. Which we're acting under now. That's just what is it? I wonder if I'm just stupid for not understanding it. Or if nobody else knows. I don't know. Kicked him out. Teleported him. Alright, I swear to fucking God. Well, she's connected with your mind on occasion. That still happens. So you're capable of much more. I was gonna say, that's what I figured. Oh, okay. See, that's a lot. That's fucking... That's a lot. Okay, but why do you need somebody to do all that? And that's why we unsealed them. Yeah. To protect you. I don't know if I'm gonna believe anything this guy says. She seemed to have had a plan, though. I'm actually just like really glad that they went the route with Kudo losing, because then it set up a lot more stakes for us going forward, and actually allows the plot to kind of push forward in a different direction than I guess I was expecting. I don't know why I just had it like set in my head that the entirety of this series he was just going to be OP until we just like meet some like random person down the line, and it probably wouldn't have happened at this point in the story. That was actually like way stronger than him, especially because it's like the second time that we've seen him use these abilities. So I was really expecting him to win, like no issue as well. And it felt like that was happening until we got the last minute switcheroo over there. And we made a clone of Mio, which is kind of crazy that we can do it with anybody and not just ourselves, which is cool to note, I guess. And it's kind of fucked up that he did do that, and he pulled a cheap one like that on us. But you know, it worked really well, and I like that. It makes me really interested and I guess curious to see the route they go. I mean, I think from here on out, not to be that guy, but I think it's fairly predictable the route that it kind of goes. At least the resolution to us like obtaining and getting Mio back and stuff. I think that for the most part is pretty clear. It might have some things that I'm a little off on, but I think the way that it's going to kind of unfold will be pretty obvious. It doesn't take away from it though, you know, as long as it hits home and it conveys itself nicely, and you know we understand and the writing's good. I'm not gonna have any complaint. I feel like we didn't present a lot, and I could be completely off, and it might have just been like other things that are smaller. There might be things I'm just way overlooking, but I feel like the only thing that we actually got presented to was the understanding of the Usopp's family and how like the abilities, like every person's abilities and information, I guess, kind of surrounding that, which is pretty significant because it has to do with one of the characters mainly in our story here, one of our main characters. And of course, that's going to be important for the overall, I guess, structure of the world and understanding why everybody acts in the way that they do. Understanding why the Usopp's would want somebody like Mio back and would want to have her kind of in their care and them to kind of watch over her, but also understanding why dudes like the Emperor and stuff kind of would go out of their way and want Mio, because having somebody who has an ability that is specifically targeted towards attacking other humans seems like a very OP and powerful thing to do, especially if the person at the top of it can control everybody. They're going to want somebody like that or that family on their side, right? It makes a lot of sense why we saw, I believe, Aruta the first time that we saw the Emperor kind of working together with him, right? Like it makes sense that they're all in connection and working together here, and that's the exact reason why they're probably trying to go over and grab Mio and wanting her involved still. They might have a bigger overarching thing that I'm not picking up on, but I don't know. But I think it's a pretty obvious thing, at least how I'm viewing it, of why it's so important that they kind of get her back and why it's so important for others to kind of go out of their way and want her. So more things start coming together and making a lot more sense with us seeing the tree, and then us also understanding Aruta's position with him actually being a cousin and being related, and then also meeting the grandpa and everybody else. It all tracks well and makes perfect sense. I mean, it was a little fucked up, of course, that the entirety of this girl's life, nobody in her family, her actual family that's still out there that she wasn't really even aware of being there, has gone out of their way and cared enough to meet her. I mean, that's your fucking granddaughter, dude, and this guy did not care until finding out that she has abilities and stuff. But I guess that just shows you priorities and the way that they kind of look and view all these things. So unless you're somebody of use to them, they don't really have a use or need for you, unless it can kind of relate to what we're about to find out in the flashback that we're going to get. The flashback's the part where I'm not sold on what's going to happen. How I said before, I feel like I'm pretty certain of the way that things are going to play out from here on out. The flashback part is what I'm not certain on. I was assuming that the mom was going out of her way to seal these things off and hide Mio like from the family and go away and marrying into the Saimori family and stuff, solely because whatever this reason is, she figured that this would be the best way to kind of not have Mio be used and give her happiness and freedom and stuff on her own, which still very well could be the case. But the fact that the grandpa seems to know the exact story and why the mom did it, and he was okay with it from what I would assume, just due to the fact that he's telling us the story, because why would she tell him her intentions and stuff, you know, if it wasn't like a plan that they were all kind of working on or involved in. So it makes me think that everyone was kind of connected to this. So, like, what the mom's plans are, if she had things, and I'm assuming she did, outside of just kind of protecting Mio or keeping her away from whatever things that she could kind of get mixed up in, while being a part of this family and having her ability kind of come to life here, I'm not too sold on or certain on, and I am unsure. We also explore a bit more into Mio and what her actual ability is going to be. I don't know if there's too much for me to really talk about it. It's OP as hell, so it's no wonder that other people want to get their hands on somebody like this. And I don't even want to begin to think about what's going to occur if these abilities, come to life. I wonder if there's a possibility that we could reseal it before it fully manifests itself, unless it really already has. And honestly, it probably already has. So I guess it's just her kind of learning to control and actually use it now. So we probably can't reseal it at this point. I was going to say reseal it just because it would be easier mentally on her and stuff if she knows that she doesn't have this thing and that other people are constantly going to be going after her for later on. But then that might cause some issues with like storyline stuff. But if you do reseal it, you can undo it later. Like, so I don't know. The other big thing, I guess, would just be Mio's decision to not make a decision or not know what to do when kind of being faced with the idea that she could speak up and state like, oh, I want to stay with Kudo, or this is like the family and the life that I want to live, and not being able to do that. Instead, kind of just looking at this dude and this family who's kind of abandoned you all this time and only want you for this one reason, which is pretty obvious. And I'm sure that she actually does understand and see that, but still not being able to answer. I would argue that is strictly just because of how much she kind of struggles in these situations to speak her mind and speak up. I don't know if she truly, like, deep down believes the things that she's saying about the idea that Kudo doesn't like she's kind of just in the way, and maybe he doesn't care for her like a ton, or he has work and other important things for like him to worry about. Like, I don't know if she's really believing this stuff. She very well could. I don't know if she is. To me though, it's just kind of coming off like she's so insecure about herself and her own issues. Like, she's so in her own head that it causes conflicts kind of for her to speak up and actually state these things and state like the real opinions and thoughts and stuff and what she's having. But I could be misreading her, but I don't really know. And the Kudos side of it is interesting. Like, you feel for the guy, especially when you took this girl and took her from basically being nothing and still showed that you cared for her and tried to put all this attention and effort into her for so long, and it reaches a point like this, and then she can't choose you over something else. Of course it's gonna absolutely sting and bother him. So I do really feel bad for him, especially in that moment. But I do love the moment we get with Hazuki at the end, and him kind of just realizing maybe he was dumb for the way that he was looking at the idea that she might have wanted to stay there and stuff, and realizing, just the type of person she is, and the issues and everything that kind of come along with that, and the things that he might have been overlooking or thinking too much into, that kind of caused him to go down this route of not thinking straight. But I really like his declaration at the end too, or I guess just reasoning for why he's choosing to not go after Mio first. And it's because he has to protect all these people and save so many lives. And there's so many out there who are in danger in these situations. And I think that works really well. Also knowing the idea that if he went out of his way and he got Mio back and then he worried about this, but probably lost so many people, or things might have been doomed at that point afterwards, he wouldn't be able to kind of live with himself, or live with the idea that she would put that on him, or not put that on him, but put it on herself and blame herself for the idea that he or she was the reason that all these people ended up like losing their lives or getting hurt in some sort of way. So I think that's really cool that he was able to think clear enough and think straight enough to understand that he has priorities, her being the main one, but still knowing that he has a duty in a way and things that he has to do before he can go out of his way and focus on that, which is pretty cool. I think I said most of what I'm really going to end up bringing up and saying, but I do want to flash through here and just check out if I'm missing anything specifically. Meeting the family and everybody, interesting, of course. And like I said, the overall episode was good and supplied us with a lot of stuff. I just don't know how much there is for me to want to say and speak on it. Also, omitting things about her ability and what she's capable and stuff makes sense as well. We're not going to want to go out of our way and expose too much and give him full insight onto what she's capable of. Now, when he ends up coming back, and she's going to end up telling him at some point, so he will end up figuring that out. But of course, they're going to want to keep that like inside the family type of thing, and not allow others and outsiders to know the fullest extent to their abilities and what they can possibly do. Here we begin our duel. This is another moment where you can see how serious Kudo kind of is here. This is one of those moments again why I feel so bad for him in the situation, that Mia doesn't speak up, or she isn't capable of speaking up, whatever way I guess you really want to look at it. And it definitely makes me feel a little upset, sure, and feel bad for the guy, because in this moment too, right before he's about to possibly lose his life and get harmed, as you see how serious these guys are acting in this duel, she doesn't really do much besides kind of stand there. Now, I know she can't do much, but at least kind of tell him or stop them from having this duel, kind of to begin with, is a little hurtful, I guess, for him as a person. And this is where we get some really good animation actually in this fight, which was a bit of a shock for me. I mean, the entire show has been pretty well done and animated so far, but still surprisingly better than I was expecting. And then we get introduction to all of his clones and the different abilities and stuff that he's kind of able to have. I also love when you just have like a dude who's good with a sword and is able to just kind of evade dudes who have guns and bullets and stuff. They always make things so much more interesting, because gunfights and stuff like this can be so boring, because it's like nobody's going to be that bad of a shot that they constantly miss. So you have to have somebody who's like so special and unique at like what they do to kind of counter that. And I think having somebody like Kudo works so perfectly here. I do feel weird about the idea that they all talk and only one of them like actually makes noise and speaks. Like I wish it was like an echoing thing, because I think that just adds to like the different layers and like the feeling and stuff that you get, and it feels like more creepy and like, oh shit, like weird that they all kind of can control themselves or have their own minds, it almost feels like. But instead they all just become one. Kudo really displays his greatness here, which is really fucking cool, the amount of people that we get to see. And I love the way that they kind of bait and switch us here with the Mio clone that we end up making, especially because they show her like almost running, like she wants to put a stop to it, but she ends up not actually doing that. And then we just see the version of her standing in front. It makes sense. And the shock that kind of comes too when you see that he still shoots and she gets in front, kind of crazy. Also, the idea that we can just like teleport people off like the property and stuff is so funny to me. Kazuki's truly the greatest, like actually is, and I really appreciate her so much for straightening us out and making sure that we're actually thinking clear and properly about these things, and not stuck in our own heads or convincing ourselves of one thing that's clearly not the case. And I really love her. You see the prince, the emperor, everybody's kind of getting a little weird, and they know it's coming, they're feeling it. We find out Arta also has a duty. We still don't know what his duty is. Still leaves speculation. I'm assuming it has something to do with protecting the family, or protecting the bloodline, or protecting something, or I don't know what the case is. But he was left with something. So we still have to wait kind of on that and figure that whole thing out. And then we end up figuring out that next time we're going to learn some stuff regarding the mom and the backstory with her and the reasons why she does what she does, and why Mio's capable of the things that she's about to be capable of, and why everybody's acting the way that they probably are right now, which is pretty cool. Another pretty fun one. Far from the best one, but far from the worst. So no real complaints. Just excited to kind of see what comes next. If I overlooked or missed things, or didn't speak on things that you wish I did, or have things that you want to speak on instead, or just want to give thoughts and overall opinions on the episode or series itself, leave them down below. Love to read them. If you liked it all, hit the like and subscribe to me a lot to me. Feel free to check out the other videos on the channel. Leave any comments with this series. I'll be back for the 11th one next week. You have to go on though. Peace.